Hi, everyone. This is the homework and going to be the email for this week. It is not homework in a sense that you have anything to do after this, but I think it will really help you this week with clearing your energy field and moving forward with any emotional stuck points that you might have going on. So it's a river chakra meditation. I was taught this by my mentor, Karen Duncan, and it came from Dona Aleja in Peru as well. Is who handed it down to her. So it is a combination between a guided meditation, a shamanic journey, and receiving long distance energy work from me all at the same time. So it's pretty powerful exercise. So if you have started to play this video and realized you're driving or something like that, you probably are going to want to shut it down and wait until you can be somewhere quiet, lay down, preferably. Be even better if you open sacred space in your environment and really set your intentions to receive a healing and to come away from that experience very balanced and very energized. So if you are in that sort of a place, begin to get settled. You won't need to be able to see the video, only to hear my voice. And so begin just getting comfortable, finding your space in time and space, your place in time and space. Taking note of any sounds going on around you that could distract you and determining whether they need to be stopped or whether you can disregard them and tell your brain they are irrelevant. On that note, make sure your phone is off. And again, getting balance, getting comfortable. Feet on the floor if you're sitting up. Laying on your back is another option. And crawl into bed and be comfy if you'd like. So we're going to be talking about the chakras as you continue getting comfortable. I'm going to just map those out for you once again. We access the root chakra right about the pelvic bone. It's also in some traditions shown at the tail of the spine, behind the body, or at the tail pointing downward. Its color is red. The second chakra is accessed about the navel or belly button. Its color is orange. The third chakra you access at your solar plexus, right below where your ribs meet in the front. And that's the color is yellow. The heart chakra, right in the center of the chest. Its color is green. The throat chakra, right in the middle of your throat. Its color is blue. This is called the third eye, right here in the center of your forehead. Its color is indigo. And up here on top of the head is the crown chakra, which is symbolized either by the color violet or crystal clear. So noticing your breath now. As you let all the knowings, all the symbolism fade away. Other thoughts just to wash over you and dissolve around you like waves. Become aware of any tension in your body. Breathe into that tension and then exhale it. Kind of moving around to any other spots that you might be aware of. What might be you carry your tension in your shoulders and your neck like I do. Or you might have some knot in your stomach about something. Breathe air into that area and then exhale with the intention of releasing. Making sure that you are comfortable. Arranging yourself if you need to. Tuning in, looking around at what's around you in the room, and then allowing your eyes to close as you've already taken measure of what's around. It doesn't matter. The same again with sounds. Noticing any sounds, maybe the sounds of your heater or your refrigerator running. the sounds outside that you might be able to hear at your house, maybe traffic or birds outside. Note them and release. Note and release. Then tuning into sensations. We've already released the tension, just noting the temperature in the air, any other sensations like your clothing upon your skin, and how we habituate to that. It's no longer requires our attention. The same with smells or tastes, accounting for all the senses and releasing our need to utilize them at this time. So we want to go a little deeper than some meditations so that you can truly journey for this one. So I'm going to also implement a little bit of hypnotherapy techniques there in the beginning. So where you are lying or sitting, I want you to visualize a bowl of liquid light up above your head. It can be any color that you happen to see. And just allow it to wash over you, down over the top of your head. You can feel it as it washes over your eyes and downward into your shoulders and just enveloping your whole body. As it washes over your eyelids, they become heavier. And as you notice your eyelids no longer want to open, try it now, just gently. And if your eyelids are not opening, then you are going deeper. So affirm to yourself, I am going deeper and deeper. Affirm that you are safe with yourself and with me to go deeper and deeper. And then tuning in to your breath. You see in front of you a little garden area. It's got steps leading down there. Nice seating. We're going to go down those 3 steps. And as I count them down, you'll go just a bit deeper into meditation. Or the 3rd step, 2nd step, 1st, and in the garden. So finding your place there in the garden where you can sit, recline, or lie down. You can lie on the earth. Sit in one of the recliners. And feeling your breath as it causes your chest to rise and fall. And everything else ceases to exist. Now tune into your root chakra at the pelvic bone. It is a wheel of light extending out in front of you that is filled with red light. And as you dip your finger into that wheel of light to just clear away some of the gunk, you find yourself falling back like you're floating on your back in a river, gentle river, stream. Floating effortlessly, no fears about the water. You feel perfectly safe because it is after all a part of you. It's like floating in your own bloodstream. It's a beautiful river. You see all the red flowers on the sides. You look down beneath the clear water and you see some red rocks. It is the river of your 1st chakra. And it's a joy to float in. It's got some excitement too, if you like, some rapids, some Waterfalls on the sides pouring into it. It's going places. There's beautiful bluffs, red rocks, perhaps, red rock canyons to float through. And you're so relaxed in this stream of your first chakra as we're balancing it and clearing it that you barely notice that the current has stopped. The stream has become stagnant. You come to your feet there in that river and you see what the problem is. There's a big pile of debris, logs and some trash, and muck amongst it all that has dammed up the flow of your river. Confused, you look around and you see on the shores over there, on the bank to the right, there's a fire going. And our friend Otorongo, the jaguar, awaits beside the fire. Going over to this pile of debris, you pick up one of the sticks. And on it, you see a word or a face, a picture. This stick is representing something that you're deeply afraid of. It can be something that happened in the past that's causing you to be afraid it will happen again. It could be a fear of the unknown. It could be a health concern, be a fear of death, a fear of loss, a fear of embarrassment. Big fears, little fears, all represented in these logs and these sticks that are in front of you. So I'm going to assist you in clearing your first chakras, all of you that are here to study with me. As you do the work as well, you pick up those logs and you let yourself know what they represent. If you don't see the words, you might hear the words. You might get a feeling in your body or just a knowing of what that stick represents. And so you carry it to the fire and you release it. And we're going to spend a few minutes working with this fear until the river becomes clear again. If you find that you need help with the bigger logs, Otorongo Jaguar is there to help you drag those logs out of the water. Any other assistance you might need as well, call upon your ancestors, angels, guides, your understanding of God. Ask Pachamama to toss the stick over. Speak to the waters about pushing that log aside. You may have to be willing to touch it, to feel it, to acknowledge it. Allowing yourself to get in touch with that fear. And then allowing the water to wash the fear away, or the fire to transmute it for you into love, or courage, or peace. Okay, at this time, I want you to notice that the water is flowing once again. You may still have some debris in your river, but it's much, much better. It's time to wrap up your work, so grab a bundle of it if there's some left and throw it in the fire. And then lay on your back once again in your river. Feeling the flow, taking you gently around that obstacle. And once you have that sensation again of floating, you feel yourself coming back up to your feet as that chakra closes. And it's now flowing in a clockwise manner. Taking a deep breath, you exhale that work. Good job. And you focus your attention on your second chakra, right there at your belly button. So the orange chakra, where we will be working next. Feel yourself dipping a finger into it to start to clear the debris and that sensation of falling back and floating gently, effortlessly. Seeing orange flowers, orange rays of light, orange rocks. We float along. This delightful stream. It's taking us a little slower. And we're on the lookout this time for that change. And we notice we've stopped moving. We stand up. And we find in front of us a big pile of debris. And as we pick up one of those sticks, we realize it's something that we feel so bad about, that we feel lots of guilt over, that we regret and wish we could change. We look over to the shore to see the fire and the jaguar waiting. And we toss that stick in the fire. Acknowledge and release, acknowledge and release. We gather up more sticks. These may be little things that we haven't quite forgiven ourselves for. They may be major life regrets for things we did or did not do. Pick those sticks up out of the stream, throwing them into the fire one by one. Acknowledging, releasing, acknowledging, releasing. As I assist with you clearing that chakra. Clearing away. You notice the stream begins to flow once again, so it's time to finish up your work. If there's a big log still there, go and grab a hold of it. Go touch it, maybe even hug it. Allow yourself to welcome it to your awareness. Face that situation, that choice, that mistake, that pattern. And bring in just a bit of forgiveness. As you look over to the jaguar, you see the most compassionate eyes you've ever seen. The jaguar's there now, moving the big log for you. You go wade back into the water. Allow yourself to fall back and float freely once again on this sweet little delightful stream where you see the vibrant orange flowers once again. As you feel yourself coming upright, closing that, taking a few deep breaths, noticing that chakra is vibrantly orange now. And we let that work go. Coming up to the third chakra at the solar plexus. Dipping your finger into that wheel of light to begin clearing away that debris, and you find yourself floating, falling back into a floating position. Floating where there's this brilliant sunlight, yellow flowers are abounding, the yellow glint of the little fish. It's a strong stream, a stronger river, and it flows deep and wide for quite a while. And as you float on your back on this river, you may experience the feelings of oneness, connectedness to everything that is. So then at some point you realize you're no longer moving. You come to your feet and you realize you took a branch off of the main river. You've become disconnected from source. And there's a pile of muck and mud and trash and all kinds of stuff that's keeping the water from flowing here, from flowing back into the mainstream. You're going to have to kind of tunnel your way back to the mainstream. Now you look over to the shore and there's a fire and there's a shovel and there's the jaguar. Got some work to do on this one. So as I go about assisting you in clearing away your third chakra, you're going to pick up the trash and the sticks and the decaying leaves, and some of them you may not even know what they're about. They're just that shame of disconnection. Some may be certain situations that cause you a lot of embarrassment or shame. The heaviness that you feel when you feel shame and you don't want to meet someone's eyes and it weighs you down. It's a murky cloud, murky water. This is dirty work, so let's get to it. Start burning what you can, shoveling what you can't, asking for help, asking the jaguar for help, and making your way back to that mainstream. Don't get bogged down trying to understand on this river, because shame is not always a legitimate feeling. It's not always something that we did. It's a misunderstanding about ourselves or disconnection from who we truly are. So let's just get it cleared out. Mother, Sister Jaguar, or Taranga, help us with this. The main thing is keep moving. Don't get stuck in the muck. Get your tunneled branch back to the mainstream. And when at last you get there, you find yourself laying back gently, Floating once again, that sensation of floating in your own waters where you're perfectly safe. Everything is vibrantly yellow again. And so as you come to your feet and take a deep breath, we close that chakra with the vibrant yellow light. Take a deep breath and let that work go. And bring your focus up to your heart center. This chakra is green, and so as you put a finger into this wheel of light in front of this chakra to start to clear it, you get that sensation, you falling back, landing in the water, floating effortlessly on a gentle little stream. You see the greens of the trees and the grassy banks. You feel the joy in the waters as they babble across little rocks. And as you float along, enjoying the waters of your heart chakra, you bump into a big boulder. And there are a couple of big boulders here that have a lot of other smaller boulders piled up in the way between them, just damming the flow. So the waters are swirling around and not moving forward. Allowing yourself to climb through there to the shallow side, the downstream side. You look over to see where the fire is and it's not there. We don't need a fire this time. For these boulders, these pebbles are our work. Pick one up. You may be filled with the memory of some time that you were betrayed or that you were hurt, a resentment that you carry, a heartache that's not healed, a loss, unresolved grief, anger, anger towards self or others, or rage even, our wounds right here before us in this pile of rock. So don't try to pick them up all at once. That would be too much. But one at a time, you can acknowledge this resentment or this heartache and decide, do I want to keep carrying this pebble around? It would be too heavy for you to take it downstream. It would weigh you down as you tried to float. But here it's stopped up the flow of love, the flow of water through your heart. So as you can, pick up the boulders, pick up the pebbles, acknowledge them and toss them to shore. That's all that has to happen for them to be out of your river and be let go of. So as I work to help you clear your heart chakra, you work on those boulders. Remember, if you need some help with this, you can call upon that Jaguar or any other spiritual support team member that you have. Even if you don't know who they are, just ask your spirit guides to help you. Help you in picking up those rocks and carrying them to the side, especially the bigger boulders. You might need to speak of those things, the big boulders. You might tell the guide or tell the Jaguar or tell the waters about what happens. And then release the story as you release the stone. It's been told, but it does not define you anymore. Doesn't limit your love. And finally, if the very largest boulders need to go, you will have to have some support to move them. If they are fine where they are and you just flow through in between them now. Visualize whichever is the case for your river. Stepping back into your river downstream, the flow has been restored. You feel yourself floating on your back, in your heart chakra. And as I close that with the green, vibrant energy, you feel yourself coming back into your own body, standing on your own feet, and aware of the vibrant greens emanating from your chest. Taking a deep breath and releasing that work. Next, you're going to focus in on your throat chakra, the blue chakra. And as you put a finger into that wheel of light there to begin cleaning out and balancing that wheel of light, you find yourself falling back into the waters once again and looking at the bright blue sky, just floating along in a small little stream. Enjoying the ride until you realize you're no longer moving forward. The water's become shallow and it's kind of dammed up just ahead. Over on the shore to the right, there's a fire. And as you look in here, you see lots and lots of twigs and maybe some bigger sticks too that have formed a dam. Looks like a beaver's dam here in this stream. So heading on over there to begin the work, you pick up one of the sticks and you realize this is about lies. This is about lies that I've told. Lies I've told to myself or to my parents or to my partner or to others. And then as you move along and you grab one of the bigger sticks, you realize that was a time that you were lied to. So all those issues of dishonesty, as well as times you just didn't speak your truth. You let someone else say what they thought your truth was and you let it slide. So as I work on clearing your energies from your throat chakra, you work on those sticks, burning them. And you continue work of pulling the sticks out. Time to wrap up your work at your throat chakra once again. So as we bring in the blue light, we seal up that chakra. You find yourself coming to your feet and then focusing in on your third eye, your forehead. Take a deep breath and you release all the other work. And you put your finger into that wheel of light right in front of your forehead to begin clearing any debris here in this indigo chakra. You find yourself falling back, gloriously landing in the water. Seeing all the dark purple, dark indigo flowers and that same tint on some fish and in some of the stones, and you float along. You may even find an amethyst crystal in this particular stream. And then the stream slows and you come to a place where there's some big logs just blocking your way. You can't get through. There are huge fallen trees. Some water still flows beneath them, but it stopped you from going, and now you're climbing up on those big logs, feeling them, getting a sense of what they're about. And perhaps what comes to mind is a dream that you had, something you really believed in, you fought for, you worked for. It may have been a relationship, it may have been a business, it may have been a trip, it may have been a project or any kind of goal that you had that you just weren't quite able to complete, or things didn't turn out as you thought, or people went away. So this is the tunnel of disillusionment here. And sometimes we hide a bit of ourselves and hold some of our energy back once we've experienced disappointment and disillusionment. What we thought was true about the world no longer serves us. So looking over to the shore, you see that you have a chainsaw this time, as well as the jaguar and the fire, a big fire. So begin cutting away these big logs. The jaguar hauls them for you as soon as pieces are cut over to the fire. The fire burning brightly. Letting go of what was so that you can show up for what is now. There's not too much here, really. It's just these two big trees. Cut big branches off and the jaguar hauls them away into the fire, which is raging over there, providing plenty of energy for new dreams, new ways of walking in the world. Letting that go. You step back into your waters, able to float through now. And as you're taking in the river over this chakra of your third eye. We're bringing in all of the indigo colors that we need. And you find yourself coming to your feet once again. Taking a deep breath and letting all the air out and letting all of that go. And then shifting your focus to the top of your head, your crown chakra. And put your finger in there, in that wheel of light, to begin to clean up some of that muck that interferes with your connection to source. And you find yourself once again falling back and floating in your stream, the stream of your own crown chakra. It is filled with the soup of your thoughts, your habits, your lifestyle, all of the things that you choose to do that set your vibration and determine what you receive in your life, what you create, what you manifest, who you're inspired by, where you source from. All that is in the soup of this river. And for some of you, it's flowing really fast as your thoughts flow fast. And for some of you, it's more like my voice right now, moving pretty slowly. You may find yourself in little whirlpools going round and round. And then getting out of the eddy once again and into the flow. Just observe what is in this soup. And when you come to a place where you are once again not flowing, not moving, because the thoughts have become heavy and negative and the soup has become too thick to move, sludgy, and it maybe has met up with some stones, some sticks, some stones. So this time when you look over to the shore, you see there's a council of elders. And they have different kinds of tools. They've got things that look like nets and cloths and bottles of tincture. They know how to clear up that river. They send you back to get a couple of the sticks out of there. And these may be sticks that you really don't want to show those elders, but they are the thoughts that you perhaps find most troublesome within yourself. The self-doubt, addictions, pettiness, obsessive thoughts, worries, self-pity, mental addictions. So these two sticks, they represent what's really clogging things up for you. And they represent some things that you have to make a commitment to let go of. So the elders support you as you take those to the fire. And as you put these in, you probably should blow into them your intentions of letting them go. Stomp your foot and say it's done. Throw them into the fire. The elders are fast at work, cleaning up the muck, the pollution in your river. Energetically, I'm sending light all the way through your chakra system. Just clearing out that muck, that soup. Really providing the possibility of a strong connection to source, to God as you understand God, to your guides. Bringing in that violet and crystalline light. You're led by the council back to your waters, and you fall back on your back. And you just relax into that flow, that stream. It smells so much better. It feels so much better. And you find yourself back on your feet, back in your own body. And as we seat that that crown chakra, full of vibrant violets and crystal white light, you take a deep breath and you let that all go. You let all the work go. You did a good job. Your chakras are now balanced and aligned and all flowing in the right direction. We've cleared them, we've balanced them, and you've done much personal work in releasing what was starting to muck those up. So at this time, begin to notice your breath. It's important to come back into your body fully. So we remember that we're down there in that garden area because we went deep. So as you make your way to those steps, I'm counting them up. You step up on the first step, the second, and the third, and back into your own body, back into your own space where you were before. Wiggle your toes, take a couple more deep breaths. Start to move around a little bit, shake your shoulders or wiggle your fingers. Now begin becoming aware of the sounds around you. Open your eyes and look around you at your familiar surroundings. If you open sacred space, remember to close that as we wrap things up for now. And I appreciate you being here with me, and I hope that you feel great this week after that energy work, river chakra meditation. And I will talk to you via email next time. Remember that our next Zoom class is actually December 17th. So I'll see you then. All right. Thank you. Bye.